Today we are looking at 6.1. It's actually 6.1, not 5.1. Changes this year to 6.1, where it's just writing linear equations from a graph. So slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form is in the form y equals mx plus b. The m is the slope, and the b is the y-intercept. We're going to say m is for like your movement, and your b is the beginning point. So when we're graphing, you're beginning with the y-intercept, the beginning point. So examples, if we're given a slope is 2, so that's 2. So you're going to have in the equation, so what we're doing is we're replacing the m with the slope, and we're going to replace the b with the y-intercept. So it's y equals 2x plus negative 1. This is a plus negative 1. So this is an okay answer, but the best answer is y equals 2x plus the negative is the same thing as a subtraction. That's a simpler way to write it. That's your best answer. All right, next one. We have slope. You have y equals negative 3/5 x. The y-intercept's 4, so it's plus 4. We just have a plus 4 here, so that is not... there's no plus negative, so we're just going to keep it that way. That'll be your final answer. Our next problem, we have y equals the slope is 1/4 x plus 0. Now this is an okay answer, but adding 0 to something doesn't change it, so we're going to actually simplify that, and it's going to go away. So it's just y equals 1/4 x. All right, let's take a look at these bottom ones. So we're going to write an equation from a graph. So now from a graph, so we're going to have to actually get the slope and the y-intercept. I'm always going to try to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept means where does the graph here intersect with the y-axis? Well, it intersects with the y-axis right here. And so you're going to count down from 0, 0, down 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's down at negative 4 on the y-axis. That's a number line. So your y-intercept is at negative 4. You then need to find another point. So we're going to find another coordinate. Well, there already is one here. You could have chose a different coordinate. It looks like there's another one right here, or another one, or another one, or even one way down at the bottom. You can choose any two coordinates you want, and we're going to do slope, which is rise over run. So you got to figure out how high from one point to the next, and then how far to the right or left. So rise is up or down. Up is positive, down is negative. Run is right and left. Right is positive, left is negative. So I'm going to pick from one coordinate to the next. So I'm just going to stay with the y-intercept, and I'm going to take, if you pick two coordinates close to each other, you're not going to have to do as much simplifying. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3. Up is positive, so it's going to be a positive 3 over. The denominator is going to go to the right 1. So 3 over 1. Well, 3 over 1, 3 divided by 1 is 3. So our equation is going to be y equals 3x plus negative 4, or just minus 4. So 3x minus 4. You also could have chose, so that y-intercept, or the points, you could have started on the right point and went to the left. So you go down 1, 2, 3, and then left 1. Negative 3 divided by negative 1 is positive 3, and negative divided by negative is a positive. All right, number 2. Let's look at our y-intercept. Well, it's already given to us. We just got to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the y-intercept is at 7. Then we need to find two coordinates. Well, I see there's a nice coordinate right in the middle here, or you could have chose down here, or you could just went with the two that I gave. But if you choose two that are closest to each other, it's going to be the best. You're going to have to simplify less, or not, you don't have to simplify at all. So I'm just going to choose these two coordinates. And I always start on the left side. You don't have to, but if you start on the left, you're only going to go up or down. So that's a positive is up, and down is negative, and then you'll always go to the right. So down 1, 2, 3, so that's negative 3. So the slope is negative 3 over to the right 1, 2. Negative 3 over 2, and I don't have to simplify that, nothing to simplify. And so we have the equation is y equals the slope times x plus the b. There we go. There's your equation that represents that line. All right, next. So now there's no coordinates, but I'm going to look on the y-axis. Where does the graph cross the y-axis? Well, it's right here, and that is at 1. So our y-intercept's at 1. Then I'm going to find some coordinates. Well, I had the y-intercept. Let's see, I'm following along the line. Looks like there's a coordinate down here. I'm going to go the other way, and looks like there. Okay, you can choose any two coordinates you want. I'm just going to take two of them. I'm just going to take these two. I'm going to start on the left coordinate, and I'm going to get to the right by following these little coordinate lines. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 5, make sure you know how to, you can count to the 5. That's 5 for you. And to the right 1, 2, 3, which is positive. So negative 5 over 3. So your equation is y equals negative 5 over 3 x plus 1. Number 4. It looks like your y-intercept is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. And then our slope, you can take any point you want. Looks like there's a point right next to it. I'm going to start on the left point and go up 1. So it's 1, and to the right 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. And our y-intercept is 7. So you have y equals 1x plus 7. That's not actually simplified. Our best answer is going to be 1 times x is just x. So it's going to be y equals x plus 7. That's our best answer. I will accept the first one for full credit, but our best answer, I know you can do it. Simplify 1 times x. Just like 1 times 3 is, you wouldn't leave it 1 times 3. It's 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times x is x. Number 5. My y-intercept is 1, 2, 3. And from one coordinate to the next, and there actually is another coordinate here, so you can choose that one, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to go down 1, and to the right 1, 2. So your slope is negative 1/2. You can also look at your slope of the line. From left to right, it's going down, so that's a negative slope. And so we have y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. Your y-intercept right here at 2 for number 6. Looking at another coordinates, I'm just going to take the two that are next to each other. It looks like down 1 to the right 1. So negative 1 over 1, which is negative 1. So our equation is y equals negative 1 times x plus 2. Negative 1 times x is very similar to negative or 1 times x. That's actually going to become negative x plus 2. That's your best answer. That's the most simplified. I will accept the first one though. Number 7, we have the y-intercept of 1 and our slope. I'm looking at other coordinates, and I don't see anything else. I'm just going to choose the two that were given here. And we're going to go down 1, 2, 3. And to the right 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 3/4 can't be simplified, so that is it. So negative 3/4 x plus 1. Number 8. So your y-intercept is 3. And then picking another coordinate. Let's see over here. I'm going to go right. So up or down 0. You don't go up or down any, and you go right 1, 2. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So your equation is y equals 0x plus 3. What's 0 times x? Well, that's 0. And 0 plus 3 is 3. But you already know about this. A horizontal line is y equals, or the y-intercept. So it's y equals 3. And so come to class.